Theme song.
It has happened. Foundation 1.0 has released. This is it, folks. After many a year in early access, Foundation is now calling itself a completed game, with more, I'm sure, developments on the horizon. But let's dive in to what is going to be possibly, now that it's released, I guess, one of the best colony building, medieval town building games of all time. We're starting with a new map. For those of you who have not seen this game before and are considering buying it, don't even watch this video. Just stop watching this video. Don't even subscribe. Just go buy the game. It's an amazing game. But for those of you who want to see what we get up to, let's start. I've always liked fluvial. I like having the river divide things up. I kind of want to okay, what is this? What do we do if we just what if we have a big old river? I really like this little area here, which this screams like put a bridge here. But then we could have all of our fishing along there. I mean, that's pretty good. So, yeah, let's max this out. Let's add some lakes in. What happens if we do that? What happens if we add a little lake in? We love building around lakes. Kind of like that lake there. I kind of like that lake with an island in it. That's really cute. We could put a monastery there. Like, already, I'm like, my imagination is going. If we do this, we want an island in there. No. Let's go back to this. Cliffs, we could lower the cliffs down just a little bit, just bring that height down, or do we want to bring it up? A promontory controls the overall surface taken by promontories. Alas, for I do not know what a promontory is. You know what I like, though? I do like that as I increase things, I can go back, and it goes back to the original. Let's bring up the cliffs a little bit. It goes back to the original design, so that's kind of nice. Slopes. Let's have this like a mountainous, covered with mountains there. That's always provides some fun challenges. And then hills, let's go down on our hills a little bit, back up a little bit. This is going to provide very little building space. But that's the challenge. Can we build up onto these little things? Can we build our monastery? I feel, all of a sudden, I feel pretty good about this. I would hit randomize seed again one more time or something. But then I don't know, there's something about this that's just giving me good vibes, so I don't want to lose it. Select your rules. Let's move forward. So I think we could go with let's go classic. Play the game as intended, perfect for your first playthrough. I mean, we can go challenge. So what does challenge do? Undepletable small mineral deposits. Those are now off. Small mineral deposits are undepletable. So I think the larger ones are, though. Optional events are on. Cosmetic construction. Instantly complete. Now, yeah, well, okay. Invulnerable army is off. Ever happy population is off. Territory upkeep is now very expensive. Happiness to leave. Okay, this could be tough. We're going to have to keep these people very happy if we want to do it this way. I'm going to turn off the tutorials. I think that might not be a problem for me. We'll find out. Select your aspiration. Okay, relax and play on my own. Build a prestigious burg for beginners who want to play with taxation and labor workforces. Build a prosperous priory for players who want to focus on a monastery and trading, which that's usually me. Experienced players who want to dive into the military side of the game. First of all, loving these drawings. I love the artwork in this game, and now that it's in its full release, it's just oh yeah, this is very clean. This is very nice and professional looking, but then down here you get your vibes. I'm loving this guy. At first I thought he was kind of but he's more oh, here it all is. I really want to do monastery and trading, I think, so we're going to go here. We need to build an abbatial church, reach a population of 150 monastics, host the abbess at your monastery, and we have to get a 500 splendor for clergy. Restrictions. Hey. Never promote a villager. Hey. Wait a minute. I like building castles. What are the restrictions here? Never build a monastery. No. Build a prestigious burg. Never build a monastery or a castle. What does this one say? Have 1,000 or more meters of fortified wall. Complete a military campaign. Host the king at your castle. Splendor for the kingdom estate. Reach a population of 50 combatants. Or do my own thing and build all of it. Okay, let's do... Oh, man, this is tricky. Let's take a look at this castle. Fortified wall. I always tend to wall in my city, so we're going to do this one. We're not going to... Oh, but the monastery, you can make wine and stuff. What a challenge. All right, we're going to do this one. And maybe if I do a separate stream of this game, we'll do Priory or we'll do Relax and Play on my own. But I'm going to go for the Mighty Stronghold. Time for us to describe our village. So what do we have here? Upper shield. Square it off. Give it a little bit of these. Give it a... okay, let's do this one and this. Honestly, this gives me good vibes right now. Single color. Do you want this? Or maybe something like that. Feels good. Primary shield color. I don't mind the green. What about a dark green? Well, I like that. And I like the pink. That red is kind of nice, though. The orange feels all... because we're going to go military, so we should have some black in there. This is our thing. We shall have lions. We shall have 2 of them. We shall have 1 single lion in the middle. That seems pretty, like, cliche, though. Let's see, what else? We could be the bunny warriors. Okay, this feels good. We're getting there. Keys to the castle, or just a castle. Man, that would be so tough. Your kids are in school. Like, remember to, draw the right number of parapets on your castle, kids. Like, you want something it's easy for your people to draw. So they remember who's boss. Honestly, I kind of don't mind the iron. Is that an iron cross? Is that what that's called? The flag seem a little bit like we're saying, we're gonna win. The eagle is very classic. I think we're gonna be the fighting bunnies. I think our village, my name and title, I shall be. Oh, pioneer. I don't get to change that, but I can change my title to Charles. Okay. It has to be medieval. And Charles, as we all know, is not a very castle-y, kingly name. So let's go Charlie Poo. No. Okay, I'm gonna go Solidium. No, that's my name and my title. So the Pioneer Paul. Okay, and the village name, Hellcaster, is nice. We are going to be the Fighting Bunnies. Therefore, we should probably call this place Hopsburg. Home of the Fighting Bunnies. We shall start the game. Right away, I'm faced with with some decisions that I have made, both good and bad. But another thing to we gotta. Oh my goodness, that bridge is, dude. This is a challenging area. Actually, look at these giant cliffs here. I was gonna put a bridge there. Where am I gonna put a bridge now? All the way across that, I guess. Oh, this could be a problem, folks. Folks, this could be a problem. It wants us to purchase this territory, and it does not want us to purchase any other territory. So for right now, it looks like there's a bunch of mining to do over there. Oh, we could also purchase this territory. So do we want to be more inland creatures, or do we want to be more towards that center, towards that water? I think the water is good for, fishing income. That being said, right here, there's our monastery. That's where we were going to put a whole monastery. That's not that good of a lake. Okay, a lot of challenges to do with our map that we've built so far. We could start, honestly, right at the end of the map. That's very interesting. And I do kind of want to be near all this, because if there's even a bit of iron in those hills, that's really going to help us early game. If I start here, there's a little bit of, that's going to be tough to get to, mining. Looks tough to get to, but maybe that's accessible. Oh, never mind. There's quite a few little spots I can apparently pick. Okay. Okay, well, that's not bad. That's good to know. What else do we have? Over here, what do we have? Oh, never mind. There's tons of spots. Okay, we're going to be fine. But it is a very weird, you don't want to buy that. That's going to be tough to get started. You want to get... Inland is going to give you more building space. This is a very interesting map. I usually like to have big, tall mountains near me, but I guess I didn't put any on. The other thing to note that is new with 1.0 is they've done the edge of the map here, so it kind of the map continues on, which I really like. They also have new animations in the game, so we're going to see that once we get started. The big thing that I'm really excited to get into, however, is the housing has been sort of redone a little bit. So it's still the same thing where you paint your housing, But now you have... Is that marble just waiting for us? Cool. But now they create like their own little yards as well. So like the density has been refactored, and the art has had a real upgrade. I mean, even just the art on the ground. Look at that. It's quite beautiful to see. I actually believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the bushes can disappear now. I think these bushes will disappear on you, by the way, if you cut down all the trees nearby. Okay, we just need to find and pick a suitable place to live in this particularly challenging environment. Okay, I'm pretty torn between these two. I think there's a lot of storytelling, and that's kind of what I really consider before starting a city, is the storytelling. I feel like there's a lot of storytelling right here with a city that comes down right to the end, and it's covered by this cliffside here. That being said, over here, if we start with this one, it's right near the edge of the map, which is fine. Maybe traders from this area will actually just get to us a lot faster. That could actually be useful. But starting here allows me to expand this way. I can get that lake that was really giving me good vibes off the top. But then also, what you're looking for with the mining is moss-covered rocks in and among here. And I see 1, 2... and a third one here. So that gives me 3 tries to find iron there. Or, I mean, that's 3 different mine spots. So, like, I know I'm going to at least have quartz or something. And I can trade and make some decent income off of that. Over here, I would have to expand this way and try 1 stone, or expand this way and try 1 stone. And see, you know, a higher chance that you're going to go one way or go the other way and end up sort of destitute or just only finding stone. Which, again, you can use. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. But then the other thing we can do is let's build like a little village out here. Let's press our farming into this area maybe. And I kind of want to build a massive city right here. Seems to be the best spot for a big city. Even some more mining can happen. Okay, to that end, I could buy this one here. That gets me closer to the lake. There is 2 mine spots there and a third over here. Again, never buy that one. That one's terrible. Like, there's no build space, and we're playing on challenging, so that means the other territory is going to have high upkeep. So this one is good if I want to go... Oh, man, now I've tempted myself again. I just really want that early triple mine access. I think would be so good for my people. But if we go here, we still get double a 2 chance. We get closer to where we want to build our mega city right away. And we can fish in here before we eventually build a castle or something. Right, I'm going to definitely build some sort of a little castle thing on that with a moat. So maybe this is the one. Okay, this is the one here. We're going to pick it. We're going to go. We're going to get started. So we are mountain people. We live on top of this cliff here. We have to start our grand adventure by building our village center. Now, the village center is interesting because I don't know if you can move it. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you can't. So we want our village center to be... I almost kind of want to just shove it right in here. How much land do I actually have? All this land. Okay. Let's put it like here. Does that leave us... Are we going to end up like losing all these trees just a bit? Because I want to future-proof this, right? I definitely want our city to be somewhat future-proofed. We're most likely going to clear-cut all of this, and then I think we could actually start managing forest around here. I think farming on this hill would be really nice. So, like, this is kind of where I want to farm. Maybe I chop some trees down over here. This is like sort of the king's forest. And then all of this will be obviously logged to make way for our massive city. Obviously, our industry will be right around the mines here, so that'll be perfect. And then over here, we'll have some beautiful housing kind of looking out over the water. And then in the background, our castle on a moat. Oh my goodness, this place is going to be awesome. So we build that. You have founded the hamlet of Habsburg. People will laugh at us when they see our shields approaching with the little rabbit on it. But then, once they see the ferocity of our warriors, will, stop laughing. And then that's it. They'll stop laughing. Okay, so right off the bat, a couple of things are unlocked, but not everything. Okay, so territory here. We can purchase additional territory. The first... Oh, wait, we get one more for free. Okay, let's hang on, because it's either one of these two, probably. I did not know we got one more for free. I love that for us. Should probably buy right away. Resource removal. Remove all resources in this area. Wood cutting. Different brush options here. Unlocked. What do we have unlocked for us? We've got our builder's workshop, obviously. The marketplace, a forester camp, a lumber yard, a sawmill, a stone cutter, the well, gathering hut, and rustic church. So that's kind of what we need to know that we're going to need pretty soon here. I mean, should we build a church just like right smack dab on the water? Probably at its height. We should probably build a church right at this height here on this hill. But we're not going to build a church. Hang on, we're not building a church right away. I was just thinking ahead. So first, obviously, we need the builder's workshop. So you click on it and then hold down Alt and then move your mouse around to do any rotations. Build the builder's workshop. I don't need it that close to the town center, actually. There's a lot of bushes over here. Love the music already. Big fan of the music. Let's build the builder's workshop there. It's an auto build because we actually don't have builders yet, so we're going to assign some builders. Then let's go for, I believe, our lumber camp. Now the lumber camp is going to move a lot. We're going to delete it and move it and blah blah blah. Let's build it right there. So you guys are going to go chop down those trees and start building that. Then a stone cutter camp is not critical right away. Gathering hut, new building and parts available. Yes, we're aware. Yeah, see all the berries, how many berries there are? Well, they exist kind of around the edges of forests and into the forest a little bit. So the more, cutting down you do, the worse off you will be. So I think we actually have to cut deep into the forest and keep this area kind of around for a while. Let's put it like, maybe not cut down so many trees. Let's put it right here for now. And let's try to keep this chunk of forest around for a bit. And then maybe once we get a forester unlocked, we'll start to fill this area in. Oh, and right away there's some people showing up with some missives from the king, perhaps. We're going to need water for the village. And we're going to need some housing. Oh, cool. I mean, that animation, that looks awesome. But what's he doing? I thought he was gonna... Did he leave me a gift? A Mighty Stronghold Part 1. We are writing our story here. The realm is in turmoil. The first constable takes the lead, a dame appointed by the king to command the royal army. She has set her sights on your village. No, don't. Given its strategic location, her plan: prepare your village by training and sending out military companies within the area. Starts the quest. Ask you again later. Build a castle that has a castle keep. Complete your first military mission. For the king! Okay, bye. All right, we'll worry about that way later, though. We're nowhere near getting ourselves a king going on. Is this built now? Oop. Oh, lumber camp over here. Okay, let's hire a couple of woodcutters. I don't actually know how many people we have currently. We have 10, so we have 6 in here already. We need... Okay, so we're at 9 now. What does this have? It says missing a zone. Okay, well, we better give it its wood-cutting zone. I love this. So you hold down Control to make your brush bigger, or scroll your mouse up and down to make the brush bigger, sorry, while you're holding down Control. I wasn't clear. And let's mine, like I said, let's lumber chop the middle so we don't endanger too many of those berry bushes off the top of the game here while we sort of get our bearings. So, okay, real quick, is the plan that you guys are sticking... Oh, okay, bye. I clicked on them, and that made them take off. Okay, that's really cool, though. And it looks like they have etched in the beginnings of our first road. So I want to see, like, rolling farms along this road as people come in and out of our town. And then our town entrance is probably going to be where this town center is. Which... Yeah, unfortunately... Can I edit it? Okay, cool. Unfortunately, like I said, it is not movable. As far as I can tell, you cannot move your village center, which is a real bummer. So that's okay, but that just to me means the entrance needs to be a little further forward. And then this is sort of a plaza that we'll build. And then our major city core will be over there. The village center is mainly just, I don't know, it's just where people, unemployed people gather. Okay, the sawmill, I don't think we need the sawmill just yet. What we do need to do is get some people some homes. So let's assign some residential space. Let's go on the side of this hill here. Unfortunately, some mining is going to happen there for a little while. But I'm going to go down here around where, that path was starting to form. And then over here, yes, well, I need to buy this territory, I guess, but not yet. That does get me to fishing right away, though. But this, I might want to start mining as soon as I can. We'll worry about that later. We're going to worry about that later. Let's get things settled right now. As you can see, this is the new look, by the way, of the houses. So they claim building site, and you can densify them as things evolve. But they also claim a little plot of land around it, which actually really gives it a rather nice sort of quality, a nice aesthetic. Let's give them a oh, there you go. In building mode, you can kind of see what it's going to look like. I love all the fences around their plots of land. Very happy, very cute. Let's go ahead and toss our well right there. Going in contour with this path, so I think that path will start to get used a lot more. Okay, let's bring these people in. I think we can afford them. I think we can feed them all with these berries here. We're going to need a granary. We're going to need storage, aren't we? Do we have storage? Logistics. A market and a builder's workshop. Okay. What do we have here? We have no planks. We have 20 cloth. So we do need to be careful. I remember this. We need to be careful with our cloth. You don't need a tent for your village market, but it's nice. And it adds splendor. And eventually I'm going to want one. Let's put a little marketplace here then. Again, you kind of want stuff around the village center, but maybe the church goes towards the village center, and then we can have some markets along this road here. Let's go village market. It's interesting, right? You kind of have to let the game alter what your plans are. That's what I've noticed, is you have to be like, okay, we'll set this here, and this is my general plan. This will be my city center, and then you're like, I don't really want a city center right there. I'll have some markets here, and we'll have a church right here. Looking towards the city center, maybe. I don't know. So, yeah, you let the paths form where they may, and then I find it's better to go with your people rather than try to push against them and tell them how you think they should live. So right on this path, we're going to try to sell berries to them. Right there. And like I said, I don't think we need to waste our cloth yet. Because it's going to be a little while before we can get cloth up and running here. Stonecutter camp, we don't need that. I think we're going to need the sawmill before we need the stonecutter's camp. One thing I love here with the new gameplay, with the 1.0 release, is you can kind of see how detrimental this is to housing nearby you. There's a little bit of like I guess you'd call that like a pollution footprint or something. Just a thing to be worried about. Okay, if we're going to make this sort of our lumber area, let's put our lumber yard down here. Because what we're going to end up having... There we go. What we're going to end up having is probably our lumber mill will move down here. We'll have forester huts, just like foresting this area in. Hunters and such. And then we'll want to put up some trees or some sort of a buffer so that that stuff doesn't end up bleeding into these people's homes areas and making them sad. Because we've turned it up. So it's going to be a little more challenging to keep them here. So you're going to want to maximize everything we can do to make them happy. Okay. This is looking good. Forester camp. Have we built kind of, or like laid down all the things we need? Yes, we do. I guess we need a stonecutter camp. We don't really need it just yet, though. I don't think. Or wait, does this already need stone? It does. I'm an idiot. I'm one of the great ones. So let's put this, let's actually move it sort of away. Again, it's all going to get deleted. There's only 400 stone here. So, I mean, that's going to, that's going to take a little while to get rid of, though. So I want to put it here across the road. That's not going to cause problems, I don't think. So we're going to start, are we building it? What was that button? But I still want to leave room for my church. So let's do this here. What does this do? Cancel, I think. I don't know. Build. There we go. So let's make that the priority here. And speed up time a little bit so we can get that built. Apparently we needed it earlier than I thought. And then we do need to take a look at our books. I think that's, what is that, F1? F1, here we go. Okay, so F1 will bring up your first tab of your books. Now the books, this is where it's at. This is where you're going to manage your trade, your unlocks, the happiness of your population, etc. So this is the requirements. Now they say that the game itself doesn't necessarily have an end game. It's like City Skylines. It's a builder. So the end game is, are you satisfied with what you've accomplished and built in the game with your designs? But you could say you've completed the game once you've built the mighty stronghold. Once you've achieved all of these, you've more or less won this challenge, if you will. But I'm going to be honest, in the early game, I'm in no rush. Edicts and privileges here. We don't really have. Ooh, that's. Am I old? I feel old because that's hard to read. I might be getting old. Actually, this might be... I gotta look at my graphics. This might be set a little small. Oh my goodness, I am way too old for this game. Unlock a trade route. So we need to acquire 20 planks to unlock this trade route. Clothes to unlock that one. Okay, we gotta pause this game for a second here, and we just got some new things here. So let's get a couple miners going. Let's assign a market tender and assign them to berries so that somebody is going to stock this market here that people are walking by with berries for the locals to buy. I think that's pretty important. So we'll get that going. Oh, she's a beast. What a beast. Just right on her shoulder, one arm holding it. All right, okay, where were we? F3, I think. Okay, so the trade routes, we're going to want to unlock those pretty soon. In this 1.0 version of the game, I quite like how many more trade routes there are. There's at least, well, there's 2 more, but still, that's a lot more trade. There's a lot more little things to organize. And now how you organize your trade routes is going to be in here, in your maybe it's not in your resources. I think it is. I think it is in the resources. Here we go. Yeah, purchase and sales. So this is where you assign that you want to trade this or not. We don't have any trade set up at all. So I think once we get some planks, we can unlock our first trade route. Basically, we just need to look at what we can make a lot of and sell, and what we need to, what we're not going to have much of in this region. Okay, so we still have a few homeless, so we do need to make some more residential space, I think. This is our buildings here, our budget, and then finally... New buildings and parts. Okay, well, I said finally like I was expecting... Where's my unlocks? Trade routes, edicts, and privileges. There was something... It has been redesigned from the original, from the early access game. The Royal Book. Yeah, because what I'm looking for is how I unlock my storage and my progression. Folks, I found it. I said I was looking for progression, and here it is. It'll be, if you're looking for your progression, you want to find this little banner here that says progression. So this is what I was looking for. This is where the game starts to get real interesting. I'm not sure if there's a way to unlock everything from every path in one game. Because what'll happen is you get penalties. So the kingdom really doesn't like it if you unlock lots of clergy stuff. The common path is the only one I think they all don't mind. Even if we start unlocking labor, the kingdom's not going to be very happy. So if you think about it, we can max out the kingdom because of what we're currently trying to achieve, our aspiration, and a little bit of labor, and maybe 1 or 2 clergy things, because you'll want some stuff, like rustic church architecture. Honestly, this is all good stuff. That's a real bummer, though. The treasury is probably a good thing to unlock. Monastic kitchen. All this monastic stuff we can't build in this particular playthrough, so we kind of don't really want to unlock any of this. The treasury, I do think, unlocks the treasury for your monastery. Okay, so we don't actually need to unlock pretty much anything. Oh, man. See, this is... I'm missing out, but maybe we'll live stream this and we'll do a different build. But the kingdom, I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun as well, because we're going to... the castle architecture we have not seen before. And there is a new layer to this game that there was not in the early access, which is how safe do people feel. So you kind of have to, like, give them fortifications and walls and stuff to make them feel safe. A city market unlocks the market hall for your city market, which lets you provide resources to densely populated areas. Oh, cool. Oh, man, I'm going to want to unlock some labor. So that's going to be tricky with the kingdom here. They want me to unlock the castle right away for 25 doubloons. I'm not going to do that, because what I would like... Village fence, control movement around your land. Fishing, storage is the thing I kind of need to unlock right now. So I'm going to unlock storage, which would get me my granary and my warehouse. Clothing, goods market, tool, like all of this stuff is fairly important. So we need to get to 10 prosperity before we can do that. And that should be in my book, I think. Let's see in my book where my prosperity is. Hello, prosperity. It's moved. Perhaps it's, yeah, I guess it's here. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm an idiot. Prosperity is a measure of your village's success. You can hear my mic moving because I have to lean forward to be able to read this. Impacted by multiple factors listed in the book. High prosperity will help you unlock new content in the common path and each estate progression path. So we need some labor splendor and kingdom splendor to get down to these lower levels here. The manor house, however, we're going to need to unlock this. And the reason is we need to collect tax revenue from our people. Otherwise, we're in a little bit of a spot. Oh, man, that's looking good, though. Look how beautiful, how cute those little houses look. So we're missing some resources to get these folks into a house. And I think that actually might deal with the homeless problem. So we're just going to leave that for now. But there is just something so fun about a game that doesn't allow you full control, that allows you to paint where housing should be built and they decide. It just and then the paths, you don't get to decide where they put the paths. There's just something so fun about the real sense of it being alive that creates. It really feels like the game and the little village is happening. Let's put the granary. Okay, wait. I kind of need to... I'm going to design our church and maybe not get it built just yet. But I need to know how much room I want for this church. And we need some religion, let's be honest. Thatched nave minor, major, inclined chapels, a rustic thatched chapel. I mean, it's rustic, so you don't want to build something too massive. But it's also solid content, so you don't want to build anything that's not that massive. You kind of have to go a little bit nuts with it. Is that too nuts? That's pretty tall. That's going to look quite tall on the land. Even just one, but then I don't like what it... actually, those windows kind of look cute because they're... You know, they're like, look like, yeah, little triangle-y windows. All right, then we need our entrance here, a humble gate. What else do we have? A thatched gate. What do I need for that, though? That's going to ask for... that's not that much more expensive. And I think I like that one a little better. Perhaps a wooden cross. No, perhaps a rustic cross. She'll go up top. It's kind of like they spent a lot of money on the cross, you know? They worked really hard on the cross. Let's go. Which one do I like better? Maybe the thick boy. I'm going to put it in one. Right there. Now, another thing to show people. Right now, there's all these, like... can I just grab it? Or do I need to use the plus minus? Oh, you kind of do. So there's all these snapping points, right? And that's kind of what it snaps to, with those little dots. But you can turn snapping off. Toggle off building snap. Interior access visibility is always a good thing to have on so you can know if the room is actually accessible. But there we go. Now, not only can we rotate things and move them freely, but now we can create non-grid-like objects. And you know what? I actually kind of like that, to be honest. So let's put it in here. So it needs to block off the windows a little bit. Otherwise, it'll look weird. Or do we not block off the windows and have it come out like this so you can kind of see the windows? Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's whatever. I like it. Okay, let's put snapping back on, which is the T button, for those wondering. Let's rotate this a little bit. Just want to get a sense of my views. Like, what can I look at? See, like, that's awesome. Okay, we're doing a boondoggle already. We're already way overspending. But like that building looks awesome. Right across from this. Okay, we love that. Perhaps a little cemetery out back. Oh yeah, we love a cemetery. Turn it a little, rotate it a little bit. We'll expand that cemetery as we need. But this is our church. It's going to cost me 3 stone. 8 polished stone. Whoops. Wait, are these polished? Those need polished. So let's... Okay, we can't do that. Okay, so that's the cancel button. I hesitate to hit delete. Okay, so phew, we dodged that bullet. Let's not do... We'll do that in a bit. I do want a gravestone out back. A cemetery, rather. Do we want anything else, though? That's the other question, right? Do we want a little... a cave, if you will? Like so. Honestly, it's rustic. It's small, but it has a little bit of detail at the back. I love it. So I'm going to... Does this cancel? No. Whew. Okay, I'm going to cancel out of that. I'm going to take a look at what this is. The villagers were concerned they might not have enough coins to develop a prosperous village. After much deliberation, they decided to build a tax office and contribute by sharing some of their earnings through a house tax. I shall. I mean, I know... Okay, I know I needed to do that, but... Okay, fine, you've got me. Alright, so that's settled that. Now, as the reason I wanted to place that is because I want to get my granary in. Now, I know a lot of this is going to be farmland, so I kind of want my granary right out back here. And then we'll have our cemetery there as well, of course. Kind of maybe want my granary here, to be honest. I know we're going to have multiple granaries, but what we can eventually use this one for is to bring in all the wheat from the back farms here. So let's put it on this path right here. There is some forgiveness for overlap in this game. I will let you all know. If you're new to the game, obviously. So just know that. But do we want it that far? We're really spreading far this way, but that's okay. This is going to be my outer village, so we do need to make sure it's operational and can bring in... So, like, basically this granary, I want it to stock all of the things. And then maybe we have another granary over here, and our bakeries around here, so that they bring in their wheat and flour from here over to the bakeries, bake it, and then stock these granaries with bread, and then into the major city. So that's kind of my flow of resources, I think. So let's get the granary there. We know we want our church there, but let's focus instead on another building that I kind of want to face this thing. The manor house. Our very first... Let's not go nuts. Because it's going to be just a tax office. Like, it doesn't need to be crazy. A great hall is good to have as well, but we can always edit buildings and stuff later. So we want it to face... I think we should build it kind of like right here. So it has a nice view of the waters below. A manor boudoir. Oh, a petit chambre. Okay, so this would be kind of the main structure, I guess, of said manor house. Let's go sideways with it. Is that kind of interesting? And let's get a bit of height here. Because now it's not higher than the church, based on that hill. All right. Manor hall. Oh, and we can do a minor one. Oops. I mean, wait, how big is this going to be? This is... Why have I done all these boondoggles already? I can't afford this. But I just love this game so much. This is what I do. Those that watch the streams of this game will know that this is standard, pretty much. Don't like how that looks, so let's grab it and move it back over. I like how this looks because we kind of want that big structure on the hill kind of thing. Can I move the entire structure? Is there a way to do that? No. I'm sure there is. Set default material. Oh, cool. Oh, great. I'm going to go dark brown then. I didn't know I could do that. All right, so what do we have here? Simple passageway, a weather vane, a visitor location. Let's have our entrance here. Let's turn off snapping, hit the T button. Alt, heavens. Or do we want a big entrance? I don't like that entrance as much. I quite like this entrance. And without snapping on, we can really decide how big of an entrance we want. We could also make it a little more symmetrical under that window, which I think looks nicer. And it has blocked the other window from appearing, so that looks good. And as you can see, it's green, so that means everything in here is accessible for our tax office. It does require light fortifications, apparently. I don't think we have... Oh, I see. Look down here. Fortifications. It provides fortifications, that particular structure. So we need a manor tower, which I don't mind. What are my options? A thick one or this one. Let's turn snapping back on. There's my snap points. Bring that tower up like that. Okay. I just want to grab you. There's a way to... Oh, it's weird. There's a way that I would like to click and still be able to drag this like in the old times. Oh, change the color. Okay, let's delete that. Let's take a look at the big one. Now that looks... I mean, that looks good. It's a big, bulky boy. But it's a little too separate. Kind of want it shoved into the building. What if I hit the delete key? No, it doesn't do anything, so you're going to use that button. No, let's go with the minor one. What if we put it on the corner? Well, now we're thinking. Hit T, turn that off. Give it a little rotation so we can get the windows. It's kind of just that one window. Yeah, it wants a view, so we'll do that. Bring it up to about here. I mean, these are some very talented carpenters if they're able to build that roof into there. But, like, that's a good-looking manor house right there. I am loving that one. Lord and Lady! We've new ruler titles unlocked. Lord and Lady. Oh, so if I make another village, I can call myself a lord this time. Reinforced chimney. Very cool. Turn snapping back on. Gonna need a chimney in here. A short chimney. Yeah, let's just put it on the roof here. Right there. How's that look? No. Inset with the building, although there is a window there. I'll find a good snapping point that I like. Off to the edge like that. That's okay. Kind of balances the building out a little bit. Okay, so that's given us some fortifications. We have fortifications, an interior access, and it requires one room, which we also have. Let's give it a weather vane. On top, of course. We got to see what the weather's going to do. So what is this going to cost me? 46 stones, 98 planks. Yeah, just way too large of a structure. Anyway, let's build it. And then we have our sawmill down here to make planks. Good. We also need storage, which we have not built. We need to build a warehouse. Now, these are generally... Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe in the old game. I'm not sure, but they used to be kind of polluting. People did not like being near a warehouse. Let's take, with that knowledge, let's take this warehouse. No, we'll keep it up here. And shove it in right there. Perfect. Let's build that, and let's make this our priority. We really need... That's going to really help speed things up here. And what is this? Missing raw material. So we need logs, but they're kind of being claimed by everything else for all of the building that's going on. The granary does need to get complete, but yeah, this warehouse is going to be our priority for now. Our granary has finished building, which will be good, so we're going to hire one person there, and their job is going to be to go collect anything from gathering hut surpluses. So there's 45 there. I imagine a lot of that will get taken out and put in the granary. And then eventually the markets will be able to go to the granaries to get their foods. But for right now, it's probably easier to go to the berries right there. But anyway, The village itself is coming along quite nice. I really love the local, the noises they make as they're doing their work. It's very nice. This construction project is obviously, the boondoggle is off to a pretty slow start. We don't have the planks for it right now, but that's okay. The planks are being sent here first. We need 10 more, and then we'll have our warehouse done. All of this is leading towards a big question of like, which territory do I unlock since that it's free? I'm pretty sure, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we only get one for free, so we really have to be smart with it and make sure it can fill our coffers with tax income and houses, etc. To that end, I think we have 3 people now don't have homes. So these homes that are built here are maxed out, I believe. A place for the villagers, size 2, so it can only hold 2, I suppose. We can up the housing density if we provide partial coverage of light fortification. Oh, no, heavy okay, I see. So the housing density, if we provide light fortification, will possibly... Oh, and patrol coverage, okay. Will possibly let us go into medium density. And housing quality... Medium quality, high quality housing, require nearby... Paved roads. Oh, cool. Suitable for citizens. Oh, very cool. So as you upgrade these things through their densities and their quality levels, you can have a very dense, low-quality house, which is probably not good for citizens. But you probably want a high-quality, very dense house for a whole lot of citizens, right? So you're going to need to have paved roads, lots of beautification in the area, and then patrol coverage and heavy fortifications. I mean, there's a lot going on into this. I think this area is going to be mostly peasant housing as we farm these hills. I think there's something to be said for having, wheat being farmed along the rocky hills. Is that how you farm wheat? A nice windswept, flat piece of land atop a cliff? I don't know. Go ask the British. If we unlock this territory, that's going to let me really set up sort of my sustainable forestry around this side of the mountain, behind us here. Although I kind of wanted it in this area. Oh, wait, that might not be purchasable land. We might not be able to work this land because it's so close to the edge of the map. So maybe this is the best bet. Then this also gives me access to fishing once I unlock that, and it's another food source, which will be very good during bad weather times. This one here would be good. We put some housing right here immediately and then have this future-proofed. But by the time we're ready to set up big mines, I think we can probably sustain paying off that land. Here, we could probably put a couple of farms already, so I don't know if I need to buy this land, although that would allow for a lot of housing in this area, and I could really just start going on my farming. I'm just a little concerned that I'm going to start running out of trees before that, so I'd rather set up my sustainability piece, get some fishing going in here, and then farm back here, and then as soon as I can afford it, I can expand and expand. So let's do this. Unlock that one. Let's go here. Give them a bit more residential space. See if that's enough for them to get another house in there. We'll let them think about that for a second. And then there we go. And then the King's Forest should be all this land here. There we go. So there's some new chop downery right over there. Now, the next question is, if I go into progression, where is my forester? How do I unlock that? Oh, I'm a fool. It's already been unlocked. Well, I don't know. Maybe I just have to read better. But while I was going through progression, I did notice this. This is a new thing in the version, the main release of the game here. The lumber camp improvements. Look at the different options. Wooden wagon, wood depot, deceptively large wood depot. This provides more storage space, but then look down below. Limbing post, napping post, snoring post, munching post, stewing post, and a drinking post, adding between 2 and 1 total workers each time you build that. So you don't really need a bunch of lumber camps. You can have one massive lumber camp with all the improvements, providing a ton of workspace out of one building. So I think, okay, let's have them come in and join us, which is probably a bad idea. I don't know if we have the housing for it. Let's expand this out to the side a little bit more there. See if they can build. Like, you can get another house in there. Come on. Keep hitting escape. So, yeah, our sustainable forestry will be set up over there. Okay, looking good. Let's go into our Lumber. Okay, well, let's set up our forester first to kind of replant things right there. We'll build that, and then we can move our lumber camp. Can you actually move the darn thing? You know, no, you just destroy it. So we're actually going to move this lumber camp now over to here to its sort of more final spot. Maybe a little denser, like a little more into it. And then this thing is going to get just maxed out with all the improvements. So let's build that. It only takes 2 tools. Storage is full, so we need our granary to come do something. Oh, we haven't assigned a resource. Okay, let's assign berries. Whoops, my bad, my bad. Okay, now that person's actually going to do something. Is our warehouse done yet? No, not yet. We need that ASAP. And then we need to get our tax collector done as well. Another house has been added. That should help with our homelessness issue, but we should probably be careful not to... Maybe we should even turn off immigration for now, just so they don't hang around. Actually, there is no point in turning it off. You just need to not accept them once they come to... They can hang out here for as long as they want, and we can decide if we have enough room for them. So this is looking good. I just want to check by using this visibility tool, are they too close to the nasty stuff? So I'm going to click on beautification here. No beautification. Desirable neighborhoods. There we go. Okay, yeah, so we're fine. Now, these buildings will add on. See how that just expanded as that got built? And, you know, so the more nasty industry buildings I build around here, the bigger all of their knock-on effects will be, slowly spreading out into this area. But I kind of feel like that makes me feel like I can go a little further with my housing. There we go. We got another house in there already. This is a little close to the edge, but, you know... You're welcome to live there if you want. Okay, well, let's turn that visibility off now. Go back to normal. Looking pretty good here. Let's grab our lumber camp. 3 workers. Let's remove these 2. And make sure that they're in sort of their wood cutting area. Very good. Forestry, once it's done, we'll get them reforesting this area as well. I do kind of need to think about this. This is going to be where people enter. I guess they can go through the King's Forest or whatever, and there'll be a nice big wall around, maybe around the inside of this. Oh, that's cool lore. So the wall will be around here with a bridge going out to this keep. Maybe a bridge here, and that's your only way in. And the way we can force people to go where we want them is using the forbidden tool. We just... Well, we can't yet because we don't own the land. But you can stop them from going this way and make it so that if they want to go into this major city, they would actually have to come in through the keep and then go to the city center. One thing I'm noticing, though, that I kind of screwed up with, I might have to delete these houses in the future so that I can get this wall to kind of come across here and wall this in. Because right now we're going to have a manor house. We have this church in here. If I had this all on the... I guess we could put the wall here. Depends how big the wall is. I actually haven't really messed around with the wall stuff yet, but maybe the wall kind of comes across here. So the church is just on the outside, and we have some gates right here. And then it kind of continues through this and down to there. So all this is sort of outer village stuff that's just on the outside of the castle walls, which is something, you know, I've sure seen before. Let's assign 2 villagers to this. Have them bring in the wood and planks and stones and tools to this area, so we can get this boondoggle of ours built. With this thing now unstaffed, we can destroy it. And am I going to get something back for it? Nope, it appears that I will not. But that's okay. We're future-proofing. We're moving our stuff out into this area here, which we will still continue, of course, to clear cut. So let's keep doing that. Obviously. But, yeah, this is where I want to go from now on. So we add our forester. We come in here, and we're going to paint this as our reforestation area. Right there. So that keeps it nice and filled in, and provides a little bit of a buffer around, too, so that it's, you know, there's not just like some weird clearing. In fact, let's bring the forest up and to the residential area as well. Scroll it down a little bit, and maybe even here. Oh, I think that's going to look nice when the trees grow in that area. And it might even provide some more bushes for us to pick as well. Okay, it's looking good. But where are the workers? Come on, keep working on it. Merchant has arrived, so we can take a look at this person wants. New outpost for the borders. Sounds like a good trade. We have to accumulate 25 and send it. We get 2 prestige and 20 doubloons. Not interested. We're not ready yet. We need to build with all our resources first. Let's see if the king gets mad about that. I don't know. Prepare to tax the people. There were some unhoused people still waiting, so I had to give them a little bit of residential area here. But I think if I put a farmhouse here eventually and we start farming all this, it'll still look pretty good. That, or maybe we just need houses all around here. I don't know yet. The first part of the structure is complete, and it's looking good. I like the dark brown. And they start to work on the next part. I assume the other piece that I added for no reason. With the chimney, though, that'll be nice. I just love some of the detail they have around the ongoing construction. I mean, even City Skylines 2 doesn't do that. But it's just nice to see because some of these projects take a while, so you kind of want to see how your village is in transition as the new building comes into being. Oh yeah, it's all coming together now. Now I believe, is this done? Oh no, not yet. But it's ready for a worker. Okay, so a bunch of tax collectors. Best suited to a citizen. We don't have citizens, but I'm going to assign a... All right, we don't have anybody right now. Okay, how many logs do we have? 77. No planks. We have 3 people working on the planks. This game does not have consumables like firewood, so far as I know. So I'm going to lower my planks for now, or my woodcutters, and get ourselves Rutharda, our first tax collector. And the main reason we need a tax collector is because the maintenance cost of this building is 10 per month. So this has already put our economy into full shambles. We're already spending 5 on everything else. So we can't even really afford to build this church. Yeah, let's build it. Folks, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Foundation. This game is on par with few others, if no other games. This is really the colony builder of the last, I don't know, decade? Do we want to say that? It's one of my favorite, most peaceful and relaxing, and sometimes quite challenging, especially with my economy in shambles, games that you can get. Absolutely worth your money. It's out now, full release. Go get it. Keep watching the channel as we grow this thing, because now I'm set. It says build your first castle. Well, I'm going to build it over here, so I'm going to need some time. We're not getting there yet. We got a long road to prosperity, but we will get there. Because look how hardworking. I mean, in one episode, look at what these villagers put together. I hope you all enjoyed it. See you in episode 2.